All right, well, thank you, gentlemen. We're going to be catching up with you after the first map is done. Mitch, we're going to hop straight in the game here and get things started over on Train. We did see some good signs of life out of Tiger, and we're going to see if they can do it yet again today. At least Machine Gun and Zilkenberg are going to have the opportunity to pick up the double ups if we do get to that point, except we're going to be seeing Tiger on the T side first and Mazaalai on the CT side.
Well, we saw the comparison of Machine Gun up against Surcast, and I think he's going to be a big player for Mazaalai in this game. If Machine Gun, or I suppose if the op is given over to Zilkenberg, whichever, if the opera can't show up, then you are screwed on Train. The whole reason that we saw D13 take this was because Tiger struggled so much in that opping department. With Annihilation on the other team, that's, of course, to be expected. But in this matchup, I don't think they'll quite match up in the same way. We'll see as we get into the pistol round. And Tiger on the T side have gone for a lot of utility, 2 smokes and 2 flashes. With early presence towards Ivy, main, and upper, they left the doors open to go wherever they wanted. And it looks like late on, it'll be movement towards that B site. As they give up all control, Ivy and main, they're hardly going to go for a full pop dog A push. And so they'll throw those smokes down, probably one for connector, one for the cross on site, blitz, and look to make those Glocks work up close. And they should be able... It depends where they throw the smoke, actually. If they go for the connector smoke, Zilkenberg will still be able to see them as they come down the ramp, because presumably they will then not smoke bottom ramp, right? They'll go for the left side of Gray Train there. And so that could be a big problem if he gets a free pick.
See, I'm imagining Zilkenberg's going to play this very cautiously as well, because they're clearly playing for that full retake, especially with the kit on Machine Gun. He needs to just focus on staying alive. Sugu, in the meantime, might be able to flank around them at the perfect moment. The X2's coming in. Zilkenberg's been smoked off. He's been forced back. Some damage being done. Sugu will continue to take his time. There's actually a man watching the back. And so we aircast the perfect moment to spot him out. This flank is not going to work out from unless he can get this first shot. We're also seeing Dobu and 9 push up aggressively against the CT side. They're going to overrun Bartek, eventually able to get the kill. And look at this, it's all gone red or yellow, orange, whatever color it's going to be. Apparently I'm colorblind. As Nuez will take one back, but it still seems to be going the way of Tiger.
Yeah, it's all gone purple now, Jason. I agree. The thing for Mazaalai there, I
what
feel
colors
like
are remaining
Zilkenberg...
flag again?
Oh god. So for Mazaalai, in the position they were in, they had Zilkenberg with a nade. Nuez, I thought he was going to go for that because he picked up the kit, but thankfully not. Still getting a lot of the kills. It's a 4K and possibly
what is
the
this?
ace.
They're not even... What?
Oh, he ran out of ammo. Okay.
But they're just...
Interesting.
Those 2 fights he took, he just stood there, click, 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 click. Last fight,
that
click,
looked,
click, click, click.
That genuinely looked like... If you had like a Gold Nova match in terms of aim, but they were smart, like they're not panicking, they're just kind of stand there, but they can't aim, just firing in the general direction of each other. But Nuez basically got an ace there, right? He damaged a Burcast, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. They all just played out as superficial exits. He took away the armor, I guess. They only had 3 sets anyways. Got himself a tiny bit of extra cash. But for Mazaalai, Zilkenberg was playing passive. He lobbed a nade through. But when those smokes came down, they didn't go left side Gray Train. They went all the way up to left side Connector. At that point, I think you have to realize that with both smokes in those aggressive positions, they are looking to not only take the site, but to gain ground. And they overwhelmed Zilkenberg before he could even leave the back of Brown. That's a big mistake, because I think you should know immediately that they're going to push you down. Get out of there, because he didn't have armor. He had a smoke and a flash. Helpful on the retake. Potentially, oh, great flash. But no follow-up. NCL missing the shots. And we're going to continue with that trend from the pistol round. There's a good opening either way, a good potential opening.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a massive opening because Machine Gun was gifted over the M4, I believe, for Nuez, since he got a quad kill in the last round. Now, Sugu's going to unfortunately meet his maker there as he's going to drop right away. Zilkenberg, in the meantime, looking to push up with the CZs up against the MAC-10 and the AK. And he does some damage. I wonder if actually Aircast took most of it from his teammate. Still some damage being done, and Machine Gun, I mean, obviously saving the M4 is his highest priority in this round. There's no need to give it over to the other team, and Tiger taking their time here. I think it's like, strategically, Tiger, they looked much better than D13 yesterday, especially towards the end when Aircast really stepped up for himself and his team. And I mean, yeah, Mazaalai, I think it's safe to say, number 3 team in Mongolia. Tiger, I mean, there's maybe talks coming if they're even should be considered number 1 team after losing yesterday. And again, there wasn't really much on the line in that match. So Nuez, Bartek, and Machine Gun just all going to go for the save. Smart play, but it's still going to be Tiger up 2-0.
It's a good start in the T side. You know, realistically for Tiger, you're not looking at a massively convincing scoreline the majority of the time. I mean, when it comes to Train, they've only got the games versus D13 and Invictus recently. And within those, they had 7 rounds T-side both times they played it, and each one capping out at 15 because D13 it went to overtime and Invictus it was the first half, and it still went to 30 rounds in total, 16-14 win. So we know their T-side is pretty decent. If they can manage to find the pistol like that and the follow-up, pushing their opponents down to an eco, realistically, I would expect 8 rounds from them. And I don't think that's really unfair. We also know that Mazaalai are decent enough. I mean, yeah, they lost to Beyond, but Mazaalai on any map to Beyond should be losing. D13 was a pretty close game as well, though. They only lost 16-12. They showed us a pretty good T side, excuse me. It was their CT where they were really lacking. So again, reinforces the fact that Tiger should really be connecting, you know, 8 or 9 rounds.
This round is definitely going their way. Machine Gun down at 9 HP. And NCL is looking to push up, but he has 2 kills to the Mac 10. He's going to fall. I thought he was going to fall, but 9's got his back. Lidberg will finally get 1 onto NCL. They do have 2 kills, so not that bad of a round so far. It'd be nice if they can get the kill on the Machine Gun and rescue the M4 for Tiger's side, but they realize, all right, let's just hit inner. Let's get the bomb here. Let's play for the round. And for kills is nice, but I think after the loss yesterday, Tiger are not going to be letting themselves slip at all in this game. I mean, I would still want to see Machine Gun save here. I don't know about you personally.
Oh, with 9 HP, 100%. I mean, that armor doesn't exist.
Even 109%.
There you go. See, it's so easy. And not only has he lost the M4 and given it to his opponents, he's also given the money for an SMG kill. And had essentially no chance in that fight anyways.
Yeah, I don't understand. Because I mean, I think for me, the biggest part is that they get to upgrade on the T side. And if he saved, they could have been like even closer to picking up an op.
Yep.
On a map like Train, where it's such a dominating weapon, especially double ops, if you can get there.
I mean, they would have definitely been able to, because Zilkenberg's saving over... Well, if Machine Gun saved over the M4, Zil could buy it himself by the AWP, or he could drop Machine Gun and have an M4. So regardless of which one of them wanted it, they'd be sorted. But now they're going to have to invest in. It's not a terrible buy, but like a Galil still in play for Zilkenberg. He takes full util kit, armor. It's lacking on others as well. Like Machine Gun doesn't have a Molotov, neither does Sogu, and that can play a big role on a map like Train. You want to stop them pushing out team main, or indeed, like if you're stopping them team main, that's one molly gone already. Now you've got, I don't know what that was. Then you've got 2 left. And so your chances to slow them down, you can see they've already thrown that off on Zilkenberg. Your chances to slow them down whenever they do get aggressive are severely limited. In fact, the player playing B, that was Zilkenberg, who mollied ramp early on. Oh, the triple nades over. So Nuez now knows there's 3 players Ivy. That's great info to play around. He didn't take any damage for it either. The bait there from Sogu, I like that rotate through. They shouldn't expect Nuez to be here. What's he doing? Why is he pushing the smoke? Oh, the flash came through. Okay, that's at least acceptable. Oh, I thought he was just going to hold wide on that smoke after his teammate had spammed for him. I'm like, that's the angle they're going to look at when they swing. You're like in the perfect line with him. But no, that makes sense. Good flash, good kill.
I'm curious why they didn't get aggressive anywhere else on the map for Mazaalai. I mean, I could obviously, you know, see a situation where you could be punished if you lose the 1v1, but they know 3 players are Ivy. So why not 2 men push, you know, team main? Why not push out lower, you know, to take into the halls? Get some extra info, especially when they're going to be coming through. Again, if you lose that 1v1, you could be overrun in a site. Playing it smart with the flashbang for Nuez to get the kill. And now it looks like they're trying to crash in towards the B side. Smoke's being thrown in, flashbangs. They're not actually pushing off the back of that. And while Bartek's actually got in behind them, the thing is the bomb is kind of by himself. And Bartek's going to continue to push as he's going to fall. They're going to wrap back around to go towards outer. And Nuez in the perfect position. He needs this kill. There's not much time left here. 8 seconds left to go. They can't even get the bomb in a position to plant. That's it. What's going on here for Tiger?
It's a sloppy round, Jason. A real sloppy round. The time's up, and down goes Urcast. His teammates fell back, but he stayed strong, and unfortunately, he fell strong.
I don't understand, Mitch. I'm so confused because they executed towards B, and they didn't go. And it's not like the kill from Bartek stopped them. They just weren't pushing.
Yeah. No, that was definitely a round of chaos, I guess, when it came down to communications. I would pay money to be in their comms for that, just to hear what they were saying. Or to get Blah in there.
Wait, what?
Just to get Blah
You
in
get
the
rid of
comms.
Blah?
No, to get him in there, in the TeamSpeak while this game's going on.
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of why and
Yep, that's how it goes. You're coming into this round with already a man disadvantage there with Dobu falling, and for Mazaalai, they don't need to get aggressive, but Machine Gun's going for it. Respect the play, but he was flashed. He spammed. They know he's there. They know they've given up control around that area. I was gonna say because he ran past the AK twice, but he's eventually picked it up in place of the AUG. But really, I don't want to see Mazaalai giving them the opportunities. Good job, the shot missed there, but there was at least his swing as well. And there's not too many problems. Mazaalai are looking cleaner already. So you saw the round they pushed Ivy, and I was getting very worried when I saw that player pushing because the Mazaalai we've seen so far aren't the kind of team that flash Ivy for their teammate to peek. They're the ones that just rush through and die. But that was well structured. The peek right there towards Ivy, even though they didn't know there was a player there, they still double peeked it. Even if 9 hit the shot, the trade would have come through. They're definitely on the up and up. It's just, as we said before, it's a shame it's towards the end of the tournament and against the better teams at the end that they start to really perform.
Well, the push coming in towards lower. Flashbang, obviously was used out, but doesn't blind anyone really. And so we're just repositions, gets the first 2 kills. Ball is going to fall to Sugu from up higher. So that's going to be another round for Mazaalai. And it's going to be Tiger. Not broke just yet. You have Cabal on 6,700, but I would imagine we're just going to see the pistols coming through. It's a little bit of a buy-up for them. And Mazaalai, well, they got the op now. Nuez is going to be the one sitting on it currently. Or if it's just because of the position he wants to peek in towards T-mid. Yeah, so unfortunately, that 9 misses that shot, too.
This was really smart by Zilkenberg. So he backs off immediately. He's just buying time for Bartek to come on the flank. Now, they didn't end up needing him, but a lot of players, and again, Mazaalai a week ago, 2 weeks ago, would have just kept fighting that. It would have died. I mean, we're talking top 30 teams would still do that. And he had the self-awareness to not just continue to face. Machine Gun goes back out. I don't like that, but I do like that Zilkenberg was there to help him. So again, well structured, every peak they're going for, and I'm trying to highlight that as much as possible because they've put the time in. They've actually done some work as a team, and that is what I wanted to see. At the end of the day, this tournament for Mazaalai was never about getting to the major. If they're realistic with themselves and their expectations, it's a shame for Zilkenberg. They wouldn't have expected to make the major. They'd be delighted if they did, but they wouldn't come in expecting it. And the fact that they've learned something already makes it worthwhile. Plus, they're going to earn a little bit of money.
Yeah, a little bit of money doesn't suck. This was a hero AK purchase, by the way, for Cabal in this round. They're trying to recycle over and over. 9's going to have his chance, but I don't think he's going to expect Machine Gun to be here. Then again, Machine Gun has turned away. And the T's have gotten aggressive. I think they're up in T mid, so they now know there's going to be no one there. Not going to be holding an angle necessarily to see them rotating towards Ivy, and NCL's gonna get the kill on a Nuez. That's gonna be a big kill. That's actually the op going down, if I'm not mistaken, but Bartek's gonna be there. Gets the bomb spotted, gets it down. Decent damage still being done for Tiger, considering they only really bought 1 gun. But the op gonna be rescued. And Mazaalai gonna continue to pick up rounds. 3 straight now for them. And Tiger, well, they're not gonna go for an op this round. And we're gonna see the double ops from Mazaalai. So we're not even gonna see Machine Gun using it, which is kind of surprising.
Was that Molly the CT sides as well? Up the ramp, Zilkenberg, I think, threw it behind the wall, so it wouldn't molly him off completely. But it would flush any players out of that position as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now from Mazaalai. I know it's only 3-3. There's a great opening pick for Zilkenberg as well. He was an opera that we criticized quite a bit. I mean, Tiger got a game on their hands. This is not the bottom team. It's not the team that have played that poorly. I think, well, certainly based on the game we saw today, Mazaalai would beat Bren at the moment.
Well, remember, T-side is an oven.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Your words.
100%. I'm not saying Mazaalai are going to win the game, but they're definitely playing a whole lot better, and I'm impressed. I really want to give props to them for the things I'm seeing them improve game to game or week to week, because, hey, we're mean enough when they make mistakes, right? For any team. So...
That is true. It is way easier to be mean on the internet than to be nice.
Yeah, it's important to give them credit. And at the moment, more so than credit, give them props for the fact that they're winning this game now 4-3. Unless 9 can pull off a sick 1 versus 3 clutch. Machine Gun's tucked in passive. He knows he doesn't need to peek. His teammates have got either side covered with AWPs as well. As soon as he hears an op shot ring off, that's when he goes through for the peek. Even a little bit more patiently. Doesn't want to be baited out. And 4-3 we go. Mazaalai retake the lead here on the CT side. And Jason, I'll be honest, we've had games that follow this kind of track with the underdog winning a couple rounds or whatever, and sometimes it feels like banging your head against the wall because the favorite team, the team that should be stomping, are just playing brainless. And we've had those games this tournament, although we've put it in nicer terms. When Tiger, I don't think they're particularly doing anything wrong so far. Like, I'm not going to be critical of them at the moment. Coming in 2 or 3 rounds, we'll probably start on that train, but Mazaalai are changing their setup. That AWP was versatile. They didn't know about the second. They found out the hard way, and I'm a happy boy right now. Got some good Counter-Strike in our hands. A run boost on Ivy. Doesn't catch anyone. Nuez should be back off here, right? Yeah. Oh.
I could have sworn that hit his knee. Still peeking it. I mean, I'm a little nervous. He does have the backup out of Sugu if he does fall, but maybe he just wants all the kills himself. He wants to pad his stats. Sugu comes in, is like, hey, let me get one. Let me get at least one. And Dobu, the last alive, trying to pick up another pistol. He falls. And Mazaalai now 5 straight on the CT side. Pretty good performance out of them.
I will say, though, Jason, we just talked about being critical. Well, let's go down that road. Yeah, exactly as you said. Why is Nuez peeking that? You're against pistols, and it worked out, so you'll say nothing. You go, oh, he hit some nice shots. Great. But the reality is, if he got 1D'd, and he lost that AWP, and Sogu went to trade, and he got 1D'd, we'd be just having our head in our hands right now. But that didn't happen, purely because Tiger didn't hit the shots, but they gave them the opportunities, which is the problem. It's not about being punished, it's about not allowing yourself to be in a position where you can potentially be punished. Like that! Machine Gun pushed up close, so they wanted to push Ivy again, but I think it became just a little bit two-dimensional. They'll have to change it up now.
Dobu. I think that's a shot he hits most of the time, but 9 will be behind him to get the kill. Nuez, speaking of him, gets the first, but he'll be overrun by the last 2 players. 3-on-2 now, an expensive round at the moment for Mazaalai, though they do have the funds. Machine Gun on 13k and Nuez on 11. But on the CT side, it's about picking up the rounds, and well, Zuckerberg's going to have to come up big for his team. Bartek, he's going to get the first onto NCL. Zuckerberg's trying to cover him off, so I'd be very, very careful of anyone coming towards Mop, but I imagine with the position he's holding, they don't know that anyone, or actually, they know that no one's going to be there. That's what I should be saying. Bartek in such a good position. Oh my, he should not be missing those sprays at all. This might cost him the round. Zuckerberg looking to pick up where his teammate fell. Now in the op versus op battle. This is op train. And Zuckerberg's got so many angles to watch. He's gonna make sound. 9 now knows, and he's not even checking it. 9 gets the kill, but that round they should never have had a chance. Bartek missing the spray against Aircast. It gives Tiger a 4th.
Yeah, I don't know if I accidentally loaded one of my matchmaking demos, but that's certainly, I've seen that before. That was a yikes. I don't know how Bartek managed to miss that, and really, not to harp on too much about it, but that has cost him the round, very much so. I mean, a 2v1, he gets that kill, it's an op 1v2. He can just fade back up the ladder, go around the connector, they've easily got that, but Zulkenberg was left having no idea where that other guy was, right? They hadn't seen him, so there's no way he should suspect him to be E-Box. I need so many angles to clear. Zulkenberg getting aggressive this time. He's out for vengeance, but he only gets 1. And now the B-side's completely open. I'm not a big fan of that. Playing solo B so aggressively, I think you need to have your second player there. But that might have been the intention at the start of the round, but those smokes that went out towards the A side completely dragged the rotates and kept Mazaalai from playing like that. The problem then is you have to avoid going aggressive. But I guess maybe the call was that it was going to come to A. Zulkenberg thought he'd get a quick flank on, and then realized, oh no, there's 2 players here. It was a little bit too late.
They're giving Tiger a chance to tie things up, and also important part is the funds are dwindling away very quickly for Mazaalai. Remember I said before, it was a machine gun and Nuez, both on 10k plus. And now both at 5k. Nuez goes for the peak with the 5.7. I think it's going to be re-peaked here if they're smart. I mean, it almost looks like they want to execute towards B. However, with 2 players still not in halls to back them up, they're just going to swing around towards outside. But NCL goes for the peak. He falls to Nuez. Big kill. A second one as well. It didn't even look like it was going to connect onto Dobu. Now they get the man advantage 3-on-2. Albeit short-lived.
There's 9 on the bunny hop around. There's the shot miss, though. The 5.7 to finish him off. And Nuez with a 3k. He's not doing too bad, is he? 16 kills on the board. And only 3 deaths. He's only slightly ahead of the rest of the team. My God. But remember, he did get a 4k on the pistol. And now he's opping on A-site train. So it literally is a playground. Like, there's so much for you to do. Players jumping around everywhere. And he's playing hopscotch with them. Hitting them with the rope. 6-4.
Oh, the big push coming out of pop. Artek's going to shut this down with the first 2. A machine gun gets one himself. NCL and Cabal. I mean, just the Tech 9s. Well, just Cabal now. No damage really being done, unfortunately. We'll get the 1 kill, but now he knows exactly where they're going to be, or they know exactly where he's going to be. And he will fall in the end. Mazaalai up to 7 now. Talked about before, you know, seeing Tiger get 8 rounds on the board, potentially T side. At this rate, it might not even happen.
Well, Jason, you know, at the moment, considering the spot we're in with Mazaalai up on 7, you have to start to realize the rounds I wanted from Tiger, which was 8, is now very unlikely and close to impossible. They gotta win 4 rounds in a row to get there. Quick math. And doing that versus the current Mazaalai looks quite difficult. You combine that with the fact that Tiger have some sort of a reverse mentality. What I mean by that is they came into this tournament as the quote-unquote favorites or best team in the region, as some people were saying. They beat Invictus, which was a good start, lost to Bren, beat Beyond, okay, lost to Divine Vendetta, beat Lucid Dream, which was the only team they should have beat that they really did, and then took down Vici, lost to D13. It's like, well, they're literally winning against all the good teams and losing against the worst ones.
I mean, Tyler was in the
sense.
same boat, right? Except Tyler didn't lose. They were looking very mortal against
True.
teams that shouldn't normally have a chance against them, and then they go play Beyond and smash them.
Yeah. Yeah, very true, very true.
So maybe it's just like no preparation for those teams. They feel like they're going to be better than them without a doubt.
Well, this is a good start. They heard noise towards B as well, so Zilkenberg's already backed off to the back of yellow. He's going to be playing here as the teammates rotate through. Now, Bartek hasn't gone up ladder just yet, but they're ready for it. Tiger are adapting. The peek down from Oil Train catches one off guard. Bartek surely starts going up the ladder now, which is where he gets caught by NCL. And now we go back to a 3 versus 2. Oh, what was the swing from Urkas? So unnecessary. As a quick kill is found. I mean, they could have already been defusing the bomb. They would have had the round 1 by now, but Urkas decided no, he wants to just wide swing on Oil.
Well, they're pushing up. Nuez, he's got the op. Not the most ideal weapon for this retake. Is going to depend a lot on Machine Gun to apply pressure. Machine Gun's going to fall, and Nuez with the 5.7 will get the 1. Smoke going to come through. Switches over to the AUG. This is exactly where NCL is going to be, but he can't get the kill. He's going to fall. NCL survives with 6 health, picks up an op, and Tiger will finally get their 5th on the board. They caught him at a Mazaalai still there. It's still going to be kicking. Are they going to invest to double ops yet again? I imagine so. Nuez, yep, sitting on 7k. This is where it becomes interesting for me, Mitch, because if Tiger win this round, then they're going to be probably at 7-7, because that should be Mazaalai saving, and then Mazaalai will throw everything they have into the last round to see who's going to take the lead in the half.
I also have literally no idea what just happened there in my head, or verbal diarrhea. What I meant was the time was so low, and when they get the bomb down, surely in the 3v2, once you get gifted that kill down to oil and your teammate dies, you just back off. You just play on the site. You've got one player ramp, one player upper. The chance of them defusing are so low because they've got to clear out all those positions. They even used one of their Molotovs, Great Train, so now they can't molly upper and ramp and isolate the site player. So that was an easy setup, but they threw it away, and I think you're definitely seeing the confidence that Tiger are coming in with, perhaps somewhat misplaced against a well-performing Mazaalai. Again, I still think Tiger will win this series, but they're not making it easy for themselves, and that's something we've seen again and again. And as you said, Jason, not just with Tiger, but Tyloo as well. They've been exactly the same. Yes, they've been 2-0ing all their games, but I challenge you to find one that looked clean, except for Beyond, somehow. Yeah. And I guess that is like they put the preparation in there.
Good flashbang. Spartak a wave. They don't expect him to still be there towards E-Box. Machine Gun's got his back. 2 kills. That push completely being shut down, and the money, well, the money troubles that Mazaalai might have had be a thing of the past. NCL left with 7 health. They've only been able to pick themselves up 1 kill. That op should be rescued anyways. Mazaalai will get the first half lead. 20 seconds left. They don't even need to chase this down, but they won it. They get it with the USB. Mazaalai is out playing for blood. Yo, I didn't expect Nuas to be picking up the op in this map. I would have thought it was going to be Machine Gun Zulkenberg. But I guess the positions that Machine Gun's holding, he doesn't want to, you know, go for the op. They need to have Nuas play out that position towards Ivy.
Yeah, he's been second man towards the B side a lot of the time, helping out there and holding and pushing upper specifically whenever Zulkenberg's been getting aggressive. And you see right now, yeah, it's not the ideal spot for a second op, would it be really? Because Zulkenberg's down on B site or towards connector. Machine Gun upper with an op wouldn't really work. You definitely want to have it towards Ivy, so at least that's another support for the A site where most of the long range duels are going to come through. And it's not that the B site doesn't have long range duels. In fact, it's more linear, right? But the problem is, because it's more linear, they can smoke it off much easier and negate your AWP. Machine Gun on the peak. It was a brave try. He thought he had the timing, but now they realize they're up against pistols. And so should be approaching this much more cautiously. But Zulkenberg, well, caution's gone to the wind. He's just running towards the site, realizes there's one player on default that jumped up on top of the train. That can get communicated over. They've taken NCL down a post. Smoke should be fading upper very soon, leaving Zulkenberg exposed. Watching it, waiting for the peak to come through. Shot missed. Now that's the upper down. Molotov goes down towards the lower site. 2 seconds left. There's a smoke in play. It's too late. It's already diffused. And that is not a round Tiger wanted to be losing at all. I mean, yes, they come in with pistols. They're not realistically supposed to be winning that, but once they get the 2 AKs, they get the bomb plant, they take down Zulkenberg, that should be in the bag. The Bartik did a really good job on the double kill, pushing back to the site. Without him finding those kills, without them deleting NCL up close, that round 100% would have went to Tiger.
I can't believe, like, Zulkenberg was allowed to push upper like that for such a long time. Like, so many angles gifted to him. And obviously he did fall in the end, but it's like so much info, so much control on the site. And you can relay it back to your teammates to retake it with you. And Nua's gonna be holding towards Ivy. Zulkenberg completely what? Cabal, FaZe Clan, if you're watching, pick this man up. 360 comes in practically. Zulkenberg should never have died there. I don't know what the hell just happened. What is happening here, Mitch?
I've learned to stop asking that question. It's sort of like taking a ride in a lazy river, I said the other week. Just lie back and let the Asian Counter-Strike take you along this journey. With NCL picking up another kill, Tiger could be on 6. It's a minimum. Really, it'll be the worst T side to date on Train. Again, only out of 2 matches, but that was D13 Invictus. And arguably, this is a much easier opponent to take down than either of those two. And yet they're struggling. Presuming they do fine this round. 6 rounds is acceptable, but they won the pistol. Again, getting off to those good starts. You don't want to be in this position because Mazaalai are definitely more inspiring at the moment when it comes to buy rounds.
Well, Nuas with it all to do, 1v5. And that's going to end it. He's going to fall. And Mazaalai will get their 9 rounds to 6. Really not a bad half for Mazaalai. Not a phenomenal half. but still a solid half nonetheless. Nuez on 17 kills. And Zulkenberg
Yeah.
and Sugu having a rough time. I think it was 7 and 8 for those two players. And
I will
speaking of rough
say-
times, Dope was only on 4, and this man had so many great matches, so many great halves.
Oh, definitely. I think Nuez was a big problem for them towards the start. You recall that he was on 16 kills in round 7, I think. And he only had 3 deaths. But from there, Tiger started to deal with him much more proactively. The utility came into play, and they gave a lot more respect towards that A-side opping, not trying to just blitz out quite as much. But Nuez having those 3 or 4 rounds where he showed up on the op is what gave them all these buy rounds. Where Tiger, they won 3 buy rounds in total the previous half? That's terrible, considering they went up 3-0 to start it. And that could have been a million times worse if they just lost the pistol round. But as we come into this pistol, Tiger not getting off to a great start. Cabal's being tagged up. They have a kid on NCL, but he's stuck up close and being pushed at the moment. They checked the wrong angle, but still no kill. The bomb's being planted. There's 30 seconds left on it, and nobody's died.
There you go. There's the first. Nuez again, just playing so confident. He gets himself a second kill. Cabal's eventually able to come in to shut him down. They're still going to have 4 players left to find. NCL's going to have the kit. The smoke comes through. He's going to stick the defuse. Machine Gun's going to get the kill onto that, though. But it draws out 2 more players. Artek now left alone. Gets the final 2 kills, especially on the Cabal when he's trying to go for the defuse himself. Mazaalai, I mean, I didn't expect Tiger to lose against D13. I no way thought they're going to lose against Mazaalai. Maybe I'm starting to be a believer here, Mitch. This round was a little bit awkward, but...
I very jokingly said to Dinko before we came into this, 2-1 to Mazaalai easy, because Tiger just can't beat the bad teams, and here we are. And for Mazaalai, I think that they really are just doing everything right. The turnaround has been pretty insane. So in some of the other games, like that Bren game, for example, it was in part because they were doing well as a team to a small extent. It was because Derek was fragging like an absolute animal. And it was because Tiger came in, I guess they'd just gotten out of bed. Or maybe they still were in bed, who knows. But in this case, this is a more forgivable. If they lose this series, it's more forgivable than versus Bren because of the change from Mazaalai. And I think you can see Tiger taking it seriously at the point where they start to try to counter Nuez on the AWP and avoid him, move towards inner B. They were using their smokes up very well, but nothing was going their way. Now, with the USPs, I don't expect anything to work out. Mazaalai really shouldn't even be losing a player here.
Zulkenberg. No, you were in such a good position before.
That was not the play, was it? I said they shouldn't be losing a player. At least that rifle isn't saved over to start off with. Machine gun. Takes them one at a time. Perfect. Oh, he's dead. He is very dead. It's already a good round, isn't it?
He gets a second.
Oh!
Someone clip that for me.
Oh, no. Between that and your oh, puppies.
Oh, Poppy!
Well, Mazaalai, they're doing damn well. I mean, Nuez has been very quiet since the first quarter, I suppose. I'll put in more familiar terms for you, Jason. But the rest of the team's still stepping up, filling those boots in 11-6. This T side's looking strong. Mazaalai in for a hell of a series if this works out, because okay, we've got Train here, a map where realistically Tigers should be strong, but we've seen them struggle. They haven't. Train to me was a bit of a risky pick because we saw them versus D13 and Invictus struggle in those games. It's not a clean map for them, but maybe they're just getting some practice, right? Like I was saying, group stages is where you can mess around with your veto a little bit. Maybe they don't want to give anything away, and so for now Train's going to be their pick. But when you come on to the next map of Inferno, I don't know if I think it's going to be massively favored. I mean, yeah, okay, Tiger are good, but if they're playing like this, there's no reason that Mazaalai, the team that took down Invictus on Inferno, there's no reason they can't win that.
Love the ragdoll physics. Yeah, we're getting a big kill. I mean, Bartek has pushed out a T-Con, though. So it's going to spot him out and go for the aim battle, but he seems to be not hitting too many shots. Early 2-man advantage for Tiger. 30 seconds left. And Nuez is going to have a lot of work to do here as he tries to push in. He's by himself, trying to catch him on the rotate, and Cabal just takes his head clean off. 2-on-4, or 2-on-5, sorry, the best case of bomb plant. I don't think that's really going to happen. However, they get themselves 2 quick kills. Dobu's on the flank. Sugu's going to be watching it. A big kill out of Sugu now, puts it into a 1-on-2. Machine gun, oh, he's not able to hit the shots. Cabal gets a triple kill. That was still extremely costly for being a 5-on-2.
To be honest, Jason, that's a round that Tiger really needed to get on the board as well, right? It's a very important one. Losing out there would probably be 13 for Mazaalai before they can do anything about it, and at that point, you show that much promise, well, you're in a lot of trouble. But Mazaalai put down to another buy. They're still able to get mostly AKs out. No AWP, but their opponents don't have one either. And with NCL taking an MP9, the chances are there for Mazaalai to at least do some damage, allow the rifles to lead the way. Everybody has armor, so Nuez or Sogu can pick up those AKs afterwards. And early on, they spread out into a default. They're looking for any aggression by Tiger, which is unlikely to come through, as Tiger will know they're not up against the best of buys. They're possibly even up against just pistols. If Mazaalai had decided to save over for a full buy, which would have been another very much viable choice. They'd have a very strong buy coming into the next round, but I think it makes sense to buy up now, considering you have the chance to break the economy of your opponents, right? Put them down to an eco straight away. That's really what they're aiming for in this situation. And they're giving up a bit of control towards B, but they've also left Ivy, so I'm not 100% sure where they want to go. Maybe it was dependent on the pop dog control, but that's certainly not gone their way.
As we can see, Bartek could easily kind of push out from this position too.
Oh yeah.
Get a lot of extra ground. It looks like they do want to push the bomb towards Inner though, with Machine Gun and Sugu already being aggressive. Don't have to worry about NCL coming in from behind, and Aircast is trying to delay as long as possible. Bartek's gonna fall. Dobu gets that kill. That was over towards the outer bomb site. Now, 3 players pushing out upper. Machine Gun. Nua's gonna drop down towards the site. Sugu's gonna fall immediately to 9, who's just protecting. And the bomb doesn't even get planted. 9 peeks around the side.
Why?
It would have been massive for them. 20 seconds left. The Machine Gun now has 2 players to find in the site. Gets the first. Has 9 off towards Oil Train. Trying to get the bomb back in. He's going to be successful. The bomb should be planted. And needs to buy time. Zuckerberg's on the flank. He's coming in from connector. Trying to play around the smoke. And Machine Gun just has to buy something in the smoke. Oh, it's in the worst position.
It's under the train. He's been screwed. He's died because of that. They might have lost the round because of it as well. The defuse is being stuck. Zuckerberg comes in and he can't catch him in time. Oh, man. That smoke has literally cost them the round because the MP9 just wide swung at him. I'm heartbroken. Oh, that's so unlucky, man. Unlucky in a way. I mean, I guess he should have known in quotes,
Depends
but at the same time,
or what team you're supporting, right?
Yeah, well, very much so. Oh, dude, that is so tragic. Like he might have meant to smoke the other side of Gray, but no, he meant to smoke close to him so he could get back to Gray. Also, just to cause some confusion. You know, if that smoke goes down, what's the player thinking? Well, he could be left on default, or he could be right behind Gray Train. He could have went up ramp. He could be anywhere. But now the smoke misses. He sees the smoke being thrown. He's already pre-aiming it. He's now swinging on you, pre-firing as well. What are you going to do? You lose that fight. Of course you do.
I mean, he was just looking to buy time, right? He's looking to allow the rotate to come in, and because he dies, it forces Zuckerberg's hand. He has to go for the shot right off the bat, and then he's out of position to stop the defuse from coming through. Really unfortunate for him, and either way, Tiger going to be able to pick up that round, and, well, the round's going to be continuing on as Mazaalai looking to pick themselves up another 9. Yeah, a little bit of a rush shot. Gets knocked down 28 HP. Molotov's going to miss as well. Dobu won't. Bartek's going to fall. And honestly, Tiger, they could get themselves up to 9 here. Pick up 1 more gun round. Themselves up to 10. It's still a little bit worrying, though, considering Mazaalai on the T side. They can continue just to buy up once that max loss bonus is set. Oh no.
Well,
Upside
not the
though
way
for
you wanna-
Tiger, it's not the worst gun to lose.
sure, I'll give you that. I mean, it's only an MP9 given to them, right? So even that long-range duel versus Urcast isn't going to be ideal. The taps from afar, not catching them. The flashbang was perfect, and that's going to allow the bomb plant this time. No smoke on machine gun, so he unfortunately can't smoke under the gray train.
Not a bad shot. They're just taking the time. Yeah, they realize they got the gun advantage, they got the weapon advantage. Same thing, they got the man advantage, what I meant to say.
They got the gun advantage, the weapon advantage, the rifle advantage, shooting advantage, the aim advantage.
All they're missing is the synergy advantage.
There you go.
The palm head advantage.
Headphone advantage.
Well, Tiger will pick up themselves up another round, get up to 9. And the buy coming back through. We did see an op momentarily for Mazaalai there. I mean, they've been able to consistently get the bomb down. Like credit to them. Especially these last 2 rounds. Like this last round, they didn't really have anything to get the kill early on. It was on to NCL playing towards Pop. They ended up playing off the back of that. Extra money to spend in this round, some extra utility too. It's a little bit lucky on the timing. This position's now been given up. NCL trying to protect him. Bartek's looking to wrap around and towards site. Spots out 9 on top of the bomb train, but 9 just turns and gets the kill on Anuez. Urkast's going to rotate to watch from the Ivy side, and Bartek in such a tough position to really get much done here, but Suga's going to take down Dobu. Now it's over towards the ladder room. It's down to the 3-on-3, and luckily for Mazaalai, they still have the bomb, but they have to be so careful. Bartek's already been chipped down to 8 health. One nade would easily be able to finish him off. Gonna go for the peek, and 9, well, he's not going to miss that shot. Tiger now up 1. Zuckerberg going to rotate. Looks like they want to hit in towards the inner bomb site, where NCL is going to be waiting.
It was a very slow push by Mazaalai, but not by intention. Zilkenberg got caught behind Molotovs in T main. NCL's getting aggressive, but he's picked up Sogu. That should be the end of the round. He just runs away here. Looks like he's going to make it as well. Even dropping a smoke on his way. And for Zilkenberg, what do you even do? You can see he's indecisive at the moment as well. I can't blame him. I don't see, from his perspective, I don't see any way out of this. Players somewhere on the B side. You've absolutely no idea where. Have we seen him now? Good shot. What, did that go through his legs? That looked on him. It must have been through the legs. I know he's shot from oil train and taken down. Mazaalai and having a rough time. Name a more iconic duo. That's tragic. NCL has the op behind him. He might still pick it up, but for now it looks like they're avoiding the double. Never mind. He's got a double up setup coming through. I'm waiting for a replay of that shot by Zilkenberg. I want to see if it actually went through his legs or was just slightly off.
Well, it depends if you're going to call him Baloo or Assassin.
Oh. We know it's Assassin on the replays. Now, maybe it was just a missed shot, though. Either way, it did miss. It didn't connect. And the round goes over to Tiger. They hit double digits, and it's been a rough road. It's definitely not been easy. But they're back in it. Oh, are they going to just let Nuez out here every single round? Okay, they know he's here at least.
Down to 40 health. A lot of shots being thrown in his direction. Skabal will close that out. We'll be heading towards inner, and you can still see how passive they're being aircast sitting very far away. Most likely the bomb should be planted here, as it looks like NCS is going to be the one to push forward. He gets taken down through the smoke, though. Sugu try to play on the edge of the smoke towards upper. Bomb indeed will be planted. Zuckerberg going to be fine from the fire, but not from the bullets at a very cast. 4-on-3, Tiger with the advantage. Do have a smoke left. And, well, again, another shot that maybe should have missed out of Bartek, as Aircast is going to escape. 4-on-2. Bartek's got to come up big here, and yeah, no chance Unfortunately, Ericast gets himself a quick triple kill. Cabal gets a double. And Tiger's going to tie things up at 11 apiece. Mazaalai, yes, they can get the bomb down, but they've not really been able to show that they can defend it.
Yeah, I'm stuck at the moment in what I think about this one because, right, on the one hand, they are definitely doing well and getting to the bomb site, but those post plants are crumbling every time. And considering it's also the B site, you're on full buys, you've got utility, and you're not able to lock Tiger out. Not only that, but they survive with 3 to 4 players every time. That is rough. I mean, they're going to start to build up some decent economy now that we move into the meat of the half. Because they'll push down Mazaalai onto an eco. If they win just this one here. We do need to see a turnaround for the T side if they want to stay in this after such a good half as well. I'm almost rooting for them. Again, I love to see teams improve and really put the thought into how their gameplay can be better. Tobu's up close. Here comes the flash. He's going to swing around it. But the other player was playing anti-flash as well. Great read by Nuez, and something that Mazaalai were doing quite a bit on that exact same kind of Ivy take. I think it's become very predictable. Cabal's being tagged up to 15 and has to back off.
As far as that shot doesn't hit out of him, actually. There'll be 2 more players. They're going to re-peek into this. 9's going to fall. There's no way they expect a second player. It's Aircast, but Sugu again. 2 kills comes through with a 4-on-2 now in their favor with Cabal already low on health. NCL, he's in such a tough position. I know he fights his way out of this, but that's going to be the first coming through. Ball needed to connect, but Sugu picks himself up a 3rd. And NCL, I think he's just trying to save his weapon. Finally, Mazaalai are going to be able to get themselves around. I was a little hesitant to say that because I'm not, fully convinced just yet. They still need to get the bomb planted. But it should be a round they get. I don't think we're going to see any heroics out of NCL. Money's really not there to support that. We definitely got a map on our hands here. Especially this is Tiger's map choice. I again wonder if this map was being picked. I mean, we talked about the match versus D13 yesterday. To get some experience on. And they did push D13 into overtime, into double overtime, actually.
Yeah, you do have to sort of look at this map pick, though, as a real curiosity for Tiger. And I do wonder if this is them just trying to expand their map pool, or if this is them making just big mistakes on this map. I feel like, again, we're group stages. They're guaranteed to make it through, especially Mazaalai. I think it's similar to the previous game that we just had, where, Invictus versus Bren, they come in, they probably don't think much about Bren. It's a game that realistically, on paper, they should be able to come into without much thought and still win. And moving into this, it's very much the same scenario, where for Tiger, they won't be competing with Mazaalai. They won't be put into a spot. They've got 4 wins. There's no way they go out and bottom 2. It's not physically possible. Really, their objective is to stay. They're 5th at the moment, to stay 5th or 6th. If they manage to tie up, they'll beat Beyond on head-to-heads as well. So winning this game is sort of important because it will guarantee them probably 4th place. Well, won't guarantee, but it'll make it very likely they get 4th place.
Yeah, we didn't even mention necessarily about how tiebreakers will work. If we have 2 teams, tied in a position where they could either be knocked out or stay in. I think there's actually a tiebreaker match being played for that.
Yeah.
So if there's a 3-way tie, then I think there could be like a 3-team round robin. It's 2-way. It's just going to be a matchup between the 2, and it's going to be a best of 1 as well. So for Lucid Dream and Bren at the moment, maybe even Mazaalai, if they can get a victory here. So it's actually a very important game for Mazaalai then. It's head-to-heads doesn't matter.
Definitely, it definitely is. But looks like this round won't be going their way. I'm just looking at the excuse me, at the bracket at the moment. So Tiger have beaten Beyond, Vici, and Invictus, right? That means that if they win this game, they'll be on 5 wins, providing Invictus... What, do Invictus have 1 game left? They have 2. Okay, so it's a little bit more complicated, but basically, Tiger are tied up with Beyond and Vici, which means at the moment, with the current tiebreaker rules, they're 3rd. And if they tie up on points with Invictus, they'll take that spot as well. So there's a real chance for Tiger to get 2nd place. So in fact, and let's just explain the difference between 2nd place, right? If they're where they are now, if they finish 3rd even, which is where they are at the moment, they could be playing against D13, they could be playing Beyond, they could be playing Vici, depending on how the games go. You don't want to play those teams? Not in the first round of playoffs. If they get 2nd, it's probably Divine Vendetta or Lucid Dream. Yeah, okay, you'll take a Divine Vendetta game, although Tiger did lose to them. You'll take it over some of the others.
Well, in this round, they've been able to take the outer bomb site. And so it wraps around. Let's trade out 1 for 1, and Machine Gun trying to play closer to the bomb. So he's like some protection for him, though. It takes down the player in towards 7 as he's trying to drop down Aircast, though. In the meantime, the smoke, I'm sorry, fading. Tries to push in towards Pop Cabal. He's not going to expect Machine Gun this close. A crucial quick scope to come through for him, and he's going to lose out on that trade. Now Aircast alone against 2. He knows where both players are going to be, but it doesn't matter. They kind of get peaked at the same time. Mazaalai will take the lead back 13-12, and more importantly, look at the money for Tiger. Mazaalai should be hitting 14 off of this round. They might be able to take down their opponent's map choice. They might be able to get themselves up 1-0 in the series and really put their foot forward, having a chance to get into the playoffs.
I know I jokingly said at the start, like, Mazaalai could win this, but I really didn't think it'd be this close. Not in this manner either. Tiger winning that first T-side pistol round, going 3-0 up, and now what's happened? They're in a position where they got 6 rounds T-side. It is literally their worst T-side on train. At the last 2 games they played, D13 and Invictus, they got 7 rounds T-side versus. And to make that even better, they lost the pistol round versus D13, and they won the pistol versus Invictus on T-side, and then lost the follow-up, the force buy in round 2. So this was the best start to a half they've had T-side, and they walk out with the worst amount of rounds against a team that's far below the level of those other 2. That's madness.
I mean, it might be a case of, like, domestic matchups, honestly. There's a lot of, like, thinking that goes into this, like, oh, they know how we're going to play, so we're going to change things up, but then what if they know that we know that? And then what if they know that we know that they know that we know? And it gets hectic. It gets crazy. Smart play to Zulkenberg to drop that AK off the map, since they know they're up against, well, pretty much the force out of Tiger. It does worry me a bit if they lose this round. Nan is just hoping someone's going to walk into the Zeus, which actually might be happening, but I don't see him getting more than 1, if anything. There shouldn't be an opportunity to pick up a weapon and get more. The late smoke comes through, 45 seconds left on the clock, and Nine's going to play around this. Nua is going to be the first. He just held the angle. He might have been able to see him. They've sacked right. It's going to be an inner hit with not a lot of time left on the clock. Mazaalai are going to have to commit. Oh, he misses.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Jump over it on accident?
I think he did. I think the player was also blind, right, from the flash that went over, at least partially. So that one has completely screwed them.
But sick triple cut of Dobu, though, with the FAMAS. Gives him a real chance to win this round. But it's only the Deagle left for NCL. Machine Gun.
1 hit.
He's super low on HP.
Yeah. Shoot him in the legs. He's dead. So NCL's basically got an AWP at the moment with a slightly higher fire rate and no need to scope. Coming in. He's already... oh, he's going up the ladder to heaven. Machine Gun's waiting for the defuse to be tapped, though. 18 seconds left. No kit. It's already won. He's got it. Wait. NCL? No, even if he runs now, he can't get to it in time. That is it. It's all done and dusted, and Machine Gun seals it with a kiss. Taking the kill onto NCL and putting 14-12 on the board. Mazaalai looking good to take map 1. What is going on? This is madness. And honestly... you know, we've had those upsets. We've had those games. Brand versus Tiger was the perfect example where you're like, how the hell is this happening? And in that one, the explanation was individuals popping off. In this, Mazaalai did their homework. They're taking this seriously, and that's what I've been missing for a lot of teams at this level that have been towards the bottom of the bracket. They come in week 1, and coming into week 3, they look exactly the same. Same mistakes being made, you know? And in fact, teams like Invictus have gotten worse in a way.
And CL, he had to drop on Anuez. They were both looking the wrong way. He gets the first couple of shots off, but he misses. Anuez gets a triple off of that. This is going to be 15 rounds. Ericast, if he pulled off this 1v5, it'd probably be one of the greatest touches in history. He just stares at the ground, realizing he's going to be dead there. 15-12. And potentially the last round here for Tiger. When you said, by the way, sealing that with a kiss, I kind of wish we had webcams for them. Just to see him. I can imagine him just blowing a kiss to the camera. He gets the final kill.
Yeah, would have been good. Well, 15-12, it'll be good to get a win for Mazaalai. If they can manage to win one of the next 3 rounds, they have got it in the bag. If not, it will be overtime.
You gone and done it.
You only gone and done it. Let's see who's in on the drone. 30% window, the opper. It's Dobu. Most missed op shots. 2. That's a shockingly low amount of op shots missed.
Well, how many times has he op, though? It's Dobu.
But if he has the most missed op shots, or maybe it's just his missed op shots. Pretty more. Someone must have whiffed 3 shots, surely.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Tilde could be very lacking. I was getting flashbacks to Nuke.
Okay.
I was getting real bad flashbacks to Nuke there. Zuckerberg. I think he killed Bartak. Actually, a clip that PGL tweeted out, I think today, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's like late last night. I don't know. I kind of went to bed really early last night.
Yeah, it was late last night. He's a bruh. It was a great
trail. Well, Tiger NCL looking to get aggressive towards Pomp. He's got a player on the other side of the smoke. He's got Nuez and Zuckerberg over towards Team A, and he pushes in, not looking the right way. And so Sugu's going to pick up that kill. 9 trying to respawn, but Sugu's trying to play safe. I think 9 kind of feels it. He knows he has to make a big play. The man advantage from Mazaalai, and them only being 4 kills away from taking the first map, their opponent's choice. Not going to close us out, and 9 only gets the first. Keeps things equal.
Even isn't where Tiger want to be. They want to have the advantage in a round like this. They have stacked 2.
He's pushed out Ivy. Sorry to interrupt you. He's like, he has so much information that they should.
Goku looks for another, but the ops about to peek him. The shots land, and it's now down to a 1v2. Both players so low, but Cabal's going to do it all. Time is not on his side either. No kit currently, and only 7 seconds left. He can't get it done. Zilkenberg with the headshot to close it out, 16-12. And what a map for Mazaalai. They're looking better than they ever have before against one of the best teams. In fact, coming into this tournament, the best team, according to the RMR, or the